Greetings all, I'm Commander K, but please just think of me as Kim. This presentation is the rest of the following Raxxla story, like an epilogue to point out some additional highlights of our first trip following Raxxla. These are items of interest that were left out of the first presentation due to time constraints. Although there will be a quick summary here, viewing the previous following Raxxla presentation is highly recommended since it gives detailed background of what we're beginning with here. I'll put a link below. Here's the quick summary. In following Raxxla, by epiphany we realized that the large Magellanic Cloud must be the mother of galaxies, and that she has a head to have a brow. By a second epiphany we realized that the word Raxxla and the dark wheel toast are similar in structure, and that the word Raxxla might be a root sequence with Ra being a starting point clue, the first X a cardinal waypoint, the second X the destination. Finally, we noticed that the two X's of Raxxla align with the two go-to directives of the dark wheel toast. The word Raxxla is like a skeleton that's fleshed out by the words of the dark wheel toast. When combined, they form a set of directions to Raxxla. The law, that final LA of Raxxla, aligns with the final clause of the toast, but is not a go-to directive. It may be the starting two letters of the destination system, but isn't needed to reach the destination. Traveling to Ra, we could see 3 bright stars adorning the head of the mother. It was kind of a wow moment, as if she were wearing a jeweled crown. So we hypothesized that the center star was the jewel, because it looked to me like the center star seemed closer to the brow. Shows how much I know about anatomy. As we traveled outward from Ra, we actually visited all of the 3 bright stars of the crown, just to be sure that we had picked the right one. It turns out that, seen from Ra, the upper star of the 3, Theta Doradus, was the most distant and is the jewel. The bottom star of the crown is Delta Hydrae, and the center star, Epsilon Hydrae. Viewed from Theta Doradus, the Witch Head Nebula and Barnard's Loop appear to be side by side. In the realm of light, a whisperer alongside a siren. We decided to go to neither and both by heading for the one prominent star that's right between the two nebulae, as if it were the comma between the two clauses, to the whisperer in witch space, comma, the siren of the deepest void. So we went there from Theta Doradus. The destination was 6 Lambda Leporis, a permit-locked blue-white star within, but near the edge of the enormous permit-locked Call 70 sector. Now, for some observations about Raxxla and the Call 70 bubble. 6 Lambda Leporis, the quote-unquote found destination of the Raxxla route, is just inside the edge of a large region of permit-locked stars in the Call 70 sector. Let's call it the Call 70 bubble. There seem to be many hundreds of Call 70 stars and other locked stars in that bubble, which is of enormous proportion. This 3D map of the Col 70 bubble gives some idea of scale. Before seeing this, I must confess I had no idea just how large the Col 70 bubble is. The core of the human bubble is not nearly so large, as you can see, although the full extent of the human bubble is not shown on this map. 6 Lambda Leporis is within about 30 light years of the edge of the Col 70 bubble, on the same edge as Shenvi, which is also inside the Col 70 bubble. So 6 Lambda Leporis is not a difficult place to reach from outside the Col 70 bubble or from Shenvi. Shenvi is the only nearby outpost of civilization. Now, there's been plenty of speculation in the exploration community that the Col 70 bubble and other permit-locked regions have something to do with Raxxla. Following Raxxla to 6 Lambda Leporis has, so far as I know, established the first solidly tangible link between the Raxxla lore of the Codex and that mysterious Col 70 bubble, giving an overall verification that the long-standing speculation of an association has had merit. One can't help but think that the Col 70 bubble surrounds 6 Lambda Leporis, the destination of the Raxxla route, for some good reason. The Raxxla route terminating in the Col 70 bubble proves the association well enough for this pilot. Now here's some speculation. If that Col 70 bubble is hiding the Dark Wheel or other covert human and or xeno activity, 6 Lambda Leporis would be a perfect keyhole or eye of the needle to both isolate and connect the stars of the Col 70 bubble from and to the rest of civilization. Whomever may be in there, if human, would most likely need some logistical support from the outside and a travel route to interact covertly with the rest of the human space, as one might presume they would want to do. If used in that way, 6 Lambda Leporis would truly be a gateway between goings-on within the Col 70 bubble and those without, like a bridge between two different dimensions, even if only dimensions of liberty or ideology. Shenvi would be the perfect outside staging base. Perhaps all the stars of Col 70 would be unlocked by a single permit for any who can get into 6 Lambda Leporis. On the other hand, a grind to Master's Paradise would be created by needing to unlock every Col 70 star individually after getting through the keyhole. Could be heaven, could be hell, might even be something else. It's hard to tell what's behind a locked door while standing outside on the doorstep. But at least we're on the doorstep. For me, that beats hunting for the doorstep. In any case, assuming that there is human activity in that bubble, to those with access, the entire bunch of Col 70 stars might be collectively known as Raxxla, because Raxxla is the name of the route between the 6 Lambda Leporis keyhole and the human bubble. If that turned out to be the case, it would be cheerful news for me indeed. I really, really want there to be a Raxxla we can go to. Just imagine, if the Col 70 bubble is it, There would be a new volume to explore, at least as large as the human bubble. Plenty of room and time for almost anything to have evolved there. Also, the Witch Head, Orion, and Horsehead nebulae, along with Barnard's Loop, are inside the Call 70 bubble. All permit-locked regions as well. Pretty much all the cool stuff in our part of the galaxy is there. The permit-locked Call 121 sector, which is not shown on the map, abuts the Call 70 sector, adding to the contiguous permit-locked volume. If any of this speculation is correct, this map we've been looking at might just be an image of Raxxla. News flash! Holy mackerel! Something amazing has happened during the production of this presentation. So amazing that it may take some time and research to unboggle this mind. Fortunately, we do have a record. What I saw might just be a persistent HUD glitch, but if it isn't, it must be something else, and the implications are large. Could even be swirling stars. There'll be more to come on this. 07 Commanders.